pin. It's got a long ways here. Take it by the long ways, right like that. If you can see that, my lighting's kind of bad. I'm gonna put that pin right in there. It's a little tough to get to, but don't worry, you'll get it. Just takes a few tries. Okay, mine is in. There we go. Now be sure once you get that in there that it's really in, because once you put the rest of that on, it's essential that's in place. If not, your timing's going to be off. Now, the next few pieces I've got here, I don't know how, I couldn't remember exactly how together the stuff came. So mine's broke down completely anyway. This is what I have. You'll have of course you'll have the part that goes next. It's this guy right here. Be sure your arrow is facing clockwise. There's a hole on the back right there. That goes on that locating pin that we put in with the needle nose. So you want to be sure that's lined up with the arrows on the bottom right there, facing clockwise. Just want to slide that on. Kind of have an idea before you put it on there where that's supposed to be going. It's a little tough when you first put it on. Fairly easy though once you do it a couple times. All this is extremely simple once you figure it out the first couple times. I'm gonna pause for a second until I get this in place. Okay, we're in place. If you push on it a little bit, you'll actually feel it snap into place. Till it snaps on the locating pin back there, you'll feel it kind of pop into place. So this whole unit will spin when the bike's running. I'm going to set the camera back up here so that I can show you how the rest of this goes on. The rest of it's pretty simple. This is the only parts you should have left by now. Those little guys there, that's what holds your weights on. This holds that piece that we just put on. You've got two weights and a should have a lock washer and a nut left laying here. Lock washer's here around my foot, but anyway, I'm going to set this back up, let you see how everything's going together. It's fairly simple again. You probably, very possibly, already have this piece with the weights on them. If that's the case, you can pretty much disregard this part unless you've took it apart and you need to know how it goes back. So I'm going to set this back up here so you can see what's going on. Okay, first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this ring. This holds this piece in place so that it can't come off. I made a mistake the first time putting it on finger tight. Took a little wrench, bumped it, thought it was on there. That's a no-no. You want to be sure that you take a hammer and a screwdriver, or probably a chisel. I'd say Pamco's laughing because I said I need to use a screwdriver, but what we want to do is we want to put this on this piece right here. It's real easy. Kind of tricky to get your fingers in there, especially if you have big fingers. You're going to have a little bit of an issue with this. So, come on. There she goes. Nope, she popped off. Okay. Gotta get those threads started. Okay, my threads are started. I'm going to spin this in as far as we can by hand. Right like that. Be sure your piece is still locked on the locating pin. Okay, if you'll notice, this piece has notches. What this part's for. So I'm going to take I have a big screwdriver. I've pretty much made a punch out of it. It's pretty old. But I'm going to take a screwdriver and a hammer. And we're going to set the screwdriver on the notch right here. Just going to tighten that up. You don't want to over tighten it. You don't want to beat it to death. Just kind of tap it. Don't waylay it or beat the crap out of it. That's probably pretty good. Everything feels tight. We'll give it one more just for good memory. Okay, we're tight. Holds that piece on. That piece is now in position. It can't move. Next, we're going to put our weights on. These guys probably are already together for you. If they're not, well, we're going to slap these in here really carefully. Okay, your weight will go in like that. Easiest way to get these springs in, put them on first. Stretch it down, put it in place. There's one. Next, do the same thing on the other side. Put your spring on, stretch it up, put it in place. Fairly simple, right? Okay. Next is where this piece here comes into play. You want to be sure the arrow is counterclockwise, or clockwise. Make sure it's spinning arrow to the right. There is a locating pin on this as well. It's right here. Get my weights out of the way. It's that pin right there, if you can see it very well. Let me back that out. Right there. That's the pin that was on the rod when it came through. That's what this piece sets on. That's what this piece depends on. So you want to be sure that you're right there. You do not want to mess this up, or once again your timing will be off. So very simple. You may even take your weights. Some people do this in different order. Pick that arm up, pick your weighted arm up, spin it around there, see it lands on its pin. And I'm fighting with it a little bit. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to take both weights back off. Probably would have been a lot easier, but slap this little piece on, right like that. It's on the hole. Okay, here's where the lining up gets a little tricky. You may have to turn the engine a little bit to get this to work. If that's the case, just kind of take your Kickstarter, or if you have a 10mm on the other side over there, you can do that as well. Stick a nut on it. That's what I'm going to do. And take a socket. We're not gonna kill this tight, but we are gonna make it tight enough where, as you can see, it will spin now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my spring back on. I'm gonna pick this weight back up, and I'm gonna turn this until it falls into position, right like that. That one's in. Once that one's lined up, this one should be lined up. So we're gonna put our spring back here. I'm gonna stretch that down. That is in place now. Very simple.